Hey guys, today's video I wanted to talk on marathon finish time predictor tips. So the reason why I'm making this particular video today is because I had one of the visitors to my channel ask me numerous questions in regards to marathon finish time predictor related questions. So I wanted to make sure that I got this particular video done for him. His name is John Milano. John, great questions. John's going to be running a marathon in France, and he's aiming for a sub 3:29. I wish you all the best, John, in that particular race, and hope you get some great results, definitely. So let's get to the questions that you asked. Which one of these two is a more accurate marathon finish time predictor based on your personal experiences, as well as on people that you trained over the years? Yazzo's 800 intervals or half marathon multiplied by 2.2. So both of these particular marathon predictor finish time workouts are great. If you don't know anything about Yazzo's 800s, it's basically if you want to say you want to run a 3-hour marathon, you want to make sure that you're able to run 10 800s in 3 minutes each, with a 3-minute recovery in between each rep. But you have to keep jogging, so you have to maintain that entire effort for 10 800s in 3 minutes each, with a 3-minute recovery jog in between each one. And we used to do this back when I was at Malone University in my undergraduate work, and definitely a great marathon predictor workout for sure. Really with the marathon is you have to minimize the amount of rest that you're getting, and you have to make sure over time that you're extending the amount of time you're running at your anaerobic threshold. I'm a real big believer in that. So Yazzo's 800 is definitely a great predictor, marathon finish time predictor workout. And there's also the notion of, and you mentioned it in the half marathon, where you basically take your best half marathon time to give you an idea of what you can run for the marathon. Take your best half marathon time and double it, and then add 5 minutes. So it's an estimate, a pretty decent estimate for the most part. For me, my personal best for the half marathon is 107.06. So if I had doubled that, that would be 2:14.12. Adding 5 minutes, it would be around 2:19.12 or so. So that's right around my personal best is 2:19.35 for the marathon. So I think that both of these particular workouts are great marathon predictor workouts that definitely give you an indication of what you can do, John, for sure. And the next question John asked was, would you say that Yazzo's workout, 10 800s with 400-meter jog lap in between each rep, is actually a good predictor of marathon finish time, or more of a VO2 max test in order to check if the goal time is realistic? VO2 max is you're obviously, as you know, you're running at your maximum heart rate, right around your maximum heart rate. So I think the workout of 10 800s with 400-meter rest recovery or jog recovery between each rep is definitely a good marathon predictor based on how fast you're running those 800s. So, for example, if you're going for 3:30, sub 3:29 for the marathon, if you can do 10 800s in 3:29, that's a very, very good marathon predictor. It definitely shows that you're well prepared anaerobically, and the fact that you can still run at 3:29 per 800, and then only give yourself 3 minutes and 29 seconds jog in between each rep 10 times in a row with really no rest, because even it's active rest, but you're jogging, but it's still you're still moving. I'm also a big believer in the long run and being able to, those faster paced long runs. If you're able to do, say, a 20-mile long run, and say like the first 12 miles is just your regular normal long run pace, and you're able to pick up those last 8 miles at goal race pace, or say 15 to 20 seconds slower than goal race pace, that's also a very good indicator of marathon finish time, based on the fact that you can pick up and start to go really anaerobic in those latter stages of the long run. Because there's a lot of different ways, a lot of different marathon finish time predictor type workouts that you can do. Yazzo's 800s for sure is a great one. The fact that you can get an estimate of what you can run the marathon in if you double your half marathon personal best, add on an additional 5 minutes or so, right around there. Kind of gives you a good indication of what you can do for the marathon distance. So his next question was, when it comes to long distance running specifically, would you say that training mile repeats or even 3-mile repeats faster than goal race pace is better than just doing 800 intervals? Yes, I mean, me personally, I always kind of lean toward extending the amount of time you're running at your goal race pace or at your anaerobic threshold, because you're going to be racing at your anaerobic threshold. So I always believe that the longer you can spend at a higher percentage of your maximum heart rate, which, if you're running at your anaerobic threshold, you're going to be running around 90 to 92% of your maximum heart rate. So the longer you can run at that effort, the stronger you're going to be in the marathon distance. Yes, you still need to work on speed. You also need to really focus on your recovery, because all of the benefits of your hard work come within the rest period. So you have to maintain the same discipline to jog on your recovery days as you have to train hard on those hard anaerobic workouts. So there's a lot of things that really go into marathon success for sure. But I had, between doing repeat miles, say doing 5 to 6 1-mile repetitions at, say, your 3K to 5K race pace, as opposed to doing 3 times 3-mile repetitions on the roads at your anaerobic threshold, or running close to your goal race pace, is even better, because it's a longer duration, and not to take away the speed aspect of doing repeat miles. That's still very, very vital, but the marathon distance is more aerobic. It's a more aerobic event, so you want to be doing longer paced efforts at a higher heart rate for a longer period of time. And as you get fitter, you give yourself a little bit less rest. And I think, and obviously both of these types of workouts are really going to make you a dangerous athlete when it comes to the marathon distance. But I really believe in longer paced efforts at a higher percentage of your maximum heart rate. I think that'll get the better results, coupled with focus on recovery. The next question he asked was, what is your personal recommendation for a rest time in between mile repeats? Okay, over the years when I was training for the half marathon, the marathon distance, I'd always start off between, when I was not very fit at all, between 3 and 4 minutes recovery in between each rep. And as I got fitter, and I was very, very fit, when I was at my very fittest, and I still remember just prior to breaking 220 for the marathon, I was able to do 6 1-mile repetitions at 6,400 feet in Colorado Springs in between 4 minutes and 45 seconds to 450 per rep, with a 2-minute recovery in between each rep. So it was kind of just almost automatic. Very, very fit, and definitely you do not want to just immediately jump into your training giving yourself only 2 minutes rest. Give yourself between 3 and 4 minutes rest as you're just building up, and then as you get fitter, you want to lessen the rest and speed up the efforts. So hopefully that answers your question in regards to that. According to you, how frequent should be water and energy gel intake during marathon? Does 1/4 of a liter and 1 gel every 10K sound like a good option? Yeah, it does. Usually if you can take in a gel about every 6 or 7 miles in the race, you definitely do not want to skimp on this for sure. It's very, very critical for anybody, all of you that are training for the marathon, to not neglect fluid intake and making sure that you're getting those calories in your race. Big mistake I made over the years was I was not taking enough fluid, and I would not do this. I would not take a gel. Usually if I did take a gel, it might be around mile 17 or 18, and that's it. So yes, about every 6 miles, doing that I think is a very, very good way for you to make sure that you have that energy, that necessary sugar that you're going to need in the marathon distance, because it's such a long event. It's not the mile or the 2 mile, so it's a very long event. You need that. Your body desperately needs fluid, and making sure that you have the calories to get you through to the finish line. So the next question is, I'm running marathon this week in France, as we talked about. Temperature is going to be around 10 degrees Celsius. My goal time is sub 3:29. Outstanding time. That is a tough time. VO2 max is somewhere around 16 kilometers per hour. Longest long run never exceeded 2 hours 30 minutes, around 30 kilometers. Okay, that's solid. 18 miles. was able to run 3 times 5K faster than marathon goal race pace, as well as complete the Yazzo's 800 workout with each rep under 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Therefore, does sub 3:30 sound like a realistic goal? Any suggestions or tips? It tells me already that you're definitely well prepared for this. I think right now there's little I can really do to get you set up other than just remind you of keep doing everything that you've been doing in the past. Make sure that you're getting plenty of rest. Make sure you're hydrating well leading into this weekend's race. Don't overthink things. You've done all the hard work now. You're leading into you've already done your taper. I'm a big believer in a 10-day taper, so in future marathons, try doing a 10-day taper rather than a 3-week taper. I don't know if you did a 3-week or not, but make sure you consider doing a 10-day taper. It'll make you feel less lethargic, less fatigued leading into your marathon. I think now more than anything, the best thing for you to do is just continue